Usually for others, I try to be there for other people. Not everybody could do things all on their own, or they need somebody to talk to or go to when they need help, so I try to be that person that they could go to.
Just to think about, like, what are you doing for others? Like, always, like, treating people with respect and common decency.
My mom can't work. She has to take care of my brother, and he's in the hospital right now. She needs the most help, like, with, like, cleaning, like, doing laundry, and, like, helping out around the house. I help her all with that without her even asking me to, because I know, like, that would, like, mean something to her.
I volunteer at the VBS every summer, and it helps with kids. They just come in for the summer so that they can get out of the house and so that their parents can go to work, don't have to pay for daycare. It's all volunteered.
You know, you think about what you are doing for others, and then you start to think, what more can I do for others?
I help out in my community as much as possible. I try to reach out to new people, like people I've never met before, people who seem like they might be struggling.
I think I could say I'm a positive role model. If you like put out negativity, then like that's what you'll receive. So like I just think that you should always be kind, because you never may know like what someone's going through.
I do what I can, whether it's someone looking for advice, whether it's someone who just needs a hug, whether it's someone who just needs a shoulder to cry on, or somebody who needs an ear to listen to. I try to be there for others as much as I would want someone to be there for me.
Well, when I came here, I started to like volunteer. Now I'm volunteering at the EMS training like institute, trying to learn what the EMTs do and what they're involved in, trying to give back to the community, trying to help others.
I feel like I'm a rock for others. I just like a nice little support system, not only for like my family and friends, but just for people that I might not like even know, because I know some people don't really have that support system or that rock, and it's important because like I was that person that didn't really have a support system or a rock, so I think it's important to give that to other people because it's really needed in your life whether you know it or not.
Well, thinking on his time and his background, how he grew up and all of the hate that went around back then, I think he was such an advocate for it because African Americans, they were put through a lot. They were always subjectified, like people just didn't really see them as human, I guess you could say. And just showing love and respect is something that could always help back then when they were going through so much, and it was something that kind of unified them, I guess you could say, when the world was trying to break them apart.
He was going through the civil rights movement, so there was a lot of, violence, and nobody really just kept the peace going, so I feel like he wanted to be the role model for others to just keep the love and keep the peace, because that's what was really needed at that time.
For me, I truly believe that that was his personality, Like, there would be other guys like Malcolm X who said, you know what, we're just gonna fight because, they take one of ours, we take one of theirs. But Martin Luther King thought to himself, what's that gonna do? Like, I know that they took one of ours, but what good is that if we take something of theirs?
No matter what, if you really want love, you want peace, then that's the route you're gonna have to take.
He always believed in a brighter future, even when all the odds were against him. He had no reason to believe that anything was going to change. I mean, people were just awful back then, but he still fought for the change that we have today.
Like, this is a time where, there's a lot of divided people and divided views, and the way that people solve and handle things is with typically violence, hate, and like things that just separate people overall. And King replaced those like negative, I want to say actions or solutions, he replaced them with positive ones. Like, instead of hating someone, he gave them the option to love. And instead of being violent towards someone, he gave them the option to be peaceful.
It didn't matter what was going on at the time. He always found a more peaceful way of doing everything.
He treated every person he met with love, even the people that didn't agree with him, even the people that just treated him poorly. People who didn't believe in his philosophies. He still treated them with respect, still showed them that, hey, I'm just as human as you are.
Basically say that we all want the same thing. We all just want peace at the end of the day, and to establish that peace, we have to love one another. We have to, show some type of love in this community, whether you may be white or black or Hispanic.
I feel like where he started, where he came up from, maybe influenced that or how like his mom taught him, or how like he was brought up, that probably like pushed him to show like I'm a smart black male that and our country needs a voice, so like I should be the one to do that.
I guess because he was trying to gain love, peace, and understanding, he gave it off so that people would understand that he too was human. He too was just as normal as the next white male that was next to him, and he didn't want to be seen as someone completely different or an object rather than a person.
This single person really did a lot in transitioning that anger and that hostility and switching it for love and peace.
You have to have the confidence to stand up for what you believe in and speak what you think is, or speak what your truth is, because if you don't have the confidence and if you can't speak your truth, then nobody's going to hear what you're going to say.
I think it's important to spread his message to younger generations. We've heard about this in school from our parents, from our grandparents who were still alive during his time, but keeping it alive by spreading this message of love and peace and understanding is very, very important and crucial to building a better tomorrow.
I, Taekwon Golden, pledge to be peaceful.
I pledge to be just.
I pledge to treat every human being with
Decency and respect.
I pledge to uphold Dr. King's values.
I pledge to shine light on darkness
and drive out hate with love.
I pledge to speak up for my friends.
I pledge to hate no man.
I pledge to never remain silent about
Things that matter.
I pledge to keep Dr. King's legacy of
racial and social equality alive.